Good morning, thank you for joining me. I hope everybody's well today. I hope we are all having a good day. This is not the video you were supposed to see today. Today's video was supposed to be a paid partnership with a company that shall remain nameless, advertising or reviewing and advertising their robot vacuum cleaner. I think I mentioned this in a live stream that I did with Carla about the vacuum cleaner a little while ago. You will not be seeing that video today. It appears you will not be seeing that video ever. Let me tell you a story. I've been wanting to talk around this subject to you guys for a little while about sort of sponsorships and paid partnerships, and my YouTube channel having become more commercially orientated, if that's the word for getting things gifted. I'm not sure that's exactly what I want to say, but that sort of move towards more sponsorship content and that sort of thing in the last year. I just wanted to talk. I think there's very little, not understanding, but people don't quite understand how it works, and people find it quite interesting. I know I did before I moved that way myself, and I have to say I have learned absolutely shed loads about how it all works, and it's still a bit wild westy out there, really. A lot of it. Some companies have really got their organisation and influencer marketing absolutely spot on, and others it's all a bit chuck some stuff at a wall and see if it sticks type of thing. Anyway, back to Malcolm. Malcolm is my robot hoover. Carla christened him Ray, and his name has stuck. So I was approached by a company asking if I'd be interested in reviewing their stick vacuum cleaner a little while ago. So I had a quick look at their website, and I replied and said to them, I'm not really in the market for a stick vacuum. I did a stick vacuum review within the last 6 to 8 months, I can't remember exactly when, but it was the back end of last year anyway, and so it's not something my audience would be interested in again so soon afterwards. But I see you have a robot vacuum cleaner, and I think they'd be interested in that. Would you be looking for someone to review that? If you are, I would be interested. And they replied very speedily and said, yes, absolutely, we'd be really keen for you to do that. What would be your costs? So I sent over my media kit, which is media kit is kind of like a CV for your YouTube channel. It has details about you and your channel, and all the statistics and audience demographics and all of that kind of thing, and a bit of information about companies you've worked with before or in a sponsorship capacity, and all that sort of thing. So like a 2-page CV with oh, and also details of collaboration packages that you offer and what you charge for them. So I sent that over, and they came back to me pretty quickly, and they said, yes, we'd like to do this collaboration package, that's what we want to go with. So I did what I always do at this stage of a partnership with a company, and I replied and said, yes, that's absolutely fine. Once I get the product, I want to have a couple of weeks to use it and get to know it, so I can give my audience decent information about it. And then after I've used it for a couple of weeks, so I'll then film the video, I'll edit it, and I will send it over to you for approval. And then once you've confirmed you're happy with it, I can invoice you and we can publish the video. They replied saying, yes, that's all absolutely fine, and within a few days the vacuum had arrived. Unfortunately, they sent the wrong vacuum. They sent the stick vacuum. So I emailed them straight away and said, you've sent me the wrong vacuum. If you give me your address, I'll send it back to you. And they said, oh no, don't worry, you're right, we have sent the wrong one. You can keep that and we'll send out the robot one tomorrow. So, okay, fine, thank you very much. I haven't even opened the box. It's still downstairs in the utility room of the incorrect vacuum. Actually, at this point, I just want to go back to the approval thing of the video. I offer content approval only when it is a standalone paid promotion video. So it's a video just about the one product, and the whole video is sponsored. I like the advertiser to approve the content first. I can honestly say, in all the sponsored videos that I have done, I have never been requested to change anything. I've been requested to add some text to something at some point. I can't remember what that was, but something I just missed out in terms of the offer that was available on it. But I've never been asked to change an opinion, and I don't think I would do that. I think when I send the videos over to people for approval, it's really for the technical information about the product, to check that they're happy with what I've said about that, not with my personal opinions about the product. But as I say, it's never been a issue that I've had to address, because nobody's ever asked me to change anything, which is quite nice. I do spend quite a lot of time trying to make the content, when I do advertising videos, both interesting to you guys and something that the advertiser is going to be happy with. It's a tightrope that you walk as a creator, that you want everybody to be happy with it, but obviously you're being paid to promote a product basically, so you do need to be doing that whilst, you know, adding your personality to it as well, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, the robot vacuum arrived. I used it for a couple of weeks. I was actually quite impressed with it. It was way better than I thought it was going to be. I've always kind of wanted a robot vacuum and never really had a reason to get one, so it was I was really happy when I was able to trial one, you know. Anyway, I filmed the video, I edited it. This was all probably like 3 weeks ago from when you're seeing this. And I sent it over to the company and I didn't hear back, and I gave it, they'd always answered my emails very, very quickly in the past, so I was quite surprised. So I gave it a few days and I emailed again with a copy of the first email, so I'm just sending this again, I don't know if you received it, and the email bounced back straight away. So I thought, that's very strange. It was working fine the other day. It didn't bounce back. It obviously got there the other day. So I sent it from the identical email from another email address, and that went through. I gave it another few days, still no reply from. Also, they hadn't looked, I sent them the video link for approval, obviously, in this email, and they hadn't viewed the video. I can see, because the back end of YouTube will show me how many people have viewed a video, and it was still sitting at 0. It doesn't include when I view it, obviously, for obvious reasons. So it was still sitting at 0. So I knew they hadn't even looked at it. That's very strange. So gave it another few days, and still nothing. And so I then emailed them again from the second email address, the one that had worked the second time that I tried to email them, and that bounced back as well. And from that day to this, I've never heard back from them, and I can only assume that they've ghosted me, that they, for whatever reason, they don't want me to advertise their robot vacuum, or they don't want to pay me, or I just don't know. It's very, very strange, because now when you're seeing this, I've had that robot vacuum for well over a month, and to start with I thought maybe they're not getting the emails, maybe there is a problem with the email, but it was weird that it seemed that, and I did do it with a third email address again, and it went through, and then that one bounced back the next time as well. And so obviously there was some, they were, I can only assume they were blocking the emails at that point. But it raises many questions, doesn't it? Why would you not just say, sorry, our circumstances have changed, we can't go ahead with this promotion, or, you know, you would just say that, wouldn't you, surely? And if by any chance they're not getting my emails, any other company I've ever worked with that has sent me something and is expecting me to produce a video would have been back in touch with me by now, going, why haven't you produced this video? Or do you know when you're going to be able to produce the video? When's it going to go live? When are we going to get a link? So it's all very odd. And I've been sort of chewing over what to do. I spent a lot of time making the video as well. I like to be quite proud of the work, particularly when I'm being paid for something. Obviously for all my videos, I want all my videos to be as good as they can be, but when you're actually working for someone who's paying you as well, that adds sort of another layer of wanting it to be as professional and good as you possibly can make it. And so this video is now sitting there, and I thought, well, shall I take off the paid promotion tool, and so you don't so it doesn't come up that it's a paid promotion, and don't put ad or anything, and just run the video anyway? And I toyed with that idea, so at least that way I'd have got some AdSense from all, you know, some advertising money from all the effort that I put in. And then I thought, well, no, I actually don't even want to, I don't want to advertise their company if they're not even prepared to have the good manners to come back to me and say, look, our circumstances have changed, we can't work with you anymore, sorry for leading you up the garden path and wasting your time, type of thing, or just sorry, this is off now, you know, just anything rather than just leaving me hanging. I feel like that would have, if they'd said that, I'd probably have still put the video up, but I really don't. And it's a shame because it's a great product and I liked it. And I mean, let me know in the comments if you feel like I should still put the video up and you'd like to see it. Let me know, because I am sort of in two minds about it. But I decided to make this video instead and just tell you the story because I thought it was vaguely entertaining. I think people are genuinely interested in how paid partnerships work on YouTube, so I've been able to tell you a little bit about that. I should add that the majority of the companies that I've worked with are very professional and pleasure to work with, very enjoyable, and I've been so lucky to have got the opportunities that I have got. And I feel like sometimes there's a sort of rolling eyes mentality a little bit about YouTubers getting freebies and getting sponsorship work and that sort of thing, and I think it's a very British thing. I don't see that so much in the American YouTube culture. I feel like it's a very British thing that we're not really that keen as a nation on success generally. I think individually possibly, but I think it's quite a British thing that we're not that keen on success. So perhaps that's got something to do with it, I don't know. But I certainly know for me, as someone who's worked very hard on a YouTube channel for a long time with very little reward, and I say reward in terms of monetary gain or freebies or paid work, the reward that I've always enjoyed from when I very first started was the interaction with you guys and the amazing recommendations I get from you, and the fact that so many of you enjoy my videos. That's lovely, and that has been reward enough in itself. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have carried on for so many years. I think 2012 I think I did my first YouTube video. Didn't do it regularly till later than that, but I think 2000, so getting on for 10 years really. And probably 8 of those were just for the love of it, to be honest. And I do still love it. I wouldn't still be doing it if I didn't love it. But just having those opportunities is lovely and very enjoyable. And for me, I've said it before, but the chance to work with companies like New Look and Look Fantastic and Glossy Box, it's been so nice knowing that those companies value the older woman, the plus size woman. That's great. I think that's really very positive for us as a generation, you know. I feel like I'm rambling now. Anyway, let me know if you want to see the video of Malcolm the Robot Hoover. I'm still not sure I'll put it up or not, but I just thought I'd tell you the story. Before I go, another story about a paid partnership that I was going to do with a hair care brand, and they sent me some quite high-end hair care brand, probably not one that you will have heard of. I hadn't heard of them, not going to name them again. But they said, would you like to do a video with us, a standalone sponsored video? And I said, yes, love to. I said, you know, I'd like to try the products. They sent me over a big box of their products, and I tried them, hair shampoo, conditioner, styling products, and my hair looked awful from the very get-go. I used them twice, I think, and my hair looked dull and lank, and I don't know what was in them or not in them, but I had to email the company and I said, look, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to pull out of this. I couldn't be positive about these products. They just are not working for me. And I think it's so good to just be honest like that, because I don't know if anybody could, but I personally couldn't sit in front of a camera and say, oh look, go and buy this bloody shampoo, it's blimmin' marvellous, great stuff, you know, go and buy it, and knowing what it had done to my hair. And the company were very nice. They said, don't worry, that's absolutely fine, we completely understand, consider yourself absolved of any you know, contractual requirement to review our product at all, you know. So that was really nice to have that happen, because there's only a couple of times that I've had to do that. That was the only time I've had to do that with something that I was actually... I'm so sorry, my SD card was completely full. I talked so much I'd filled up the entire SD card, so I had to delete some stuff off it. I think I pretty much got to the end of what I was saying anyway, so all that is left really is to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed that or found it informative or something along those lines. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.